Okay, so I did a video on my channel taking an artist from zero to seeing how much can I help them sell in 30 days. That artist was Michelle Bonds. We ended up doing $6,500 in 30 days. Then I did an interview with her 60 days later. And after 60 days, that artist sold a total of $21,500, which is insane. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jaroid Henry. I help artists sell art. As simple as that. If you want to learn more about it, you can schedule a call with my team by clicking the link in the bio. But this time, what's crazy exciting is I have a new artist, and we're going to be seeing how much we could help him sell within 30 days. This particular artist's name is Noah. Noah just joined my training, and I thought he would be a fun candidate for the 30-day project. So the crazy thing, Noah creates crazy good work. So I'm going to show you some of his work here. I don't know if it could focus. I'll put it up on the screen here. So Noah creates crazy, amazing work, and he have 115,000 followers. And even some of his videos have gotten 10 million views, 9 million views, 3 million views, which is insane. So he's getting a lot of views. A lot of people are following him. His work is exceptional. I mean, exceptional, but he's not making any sales. And I mean any sales, I'm talking about like maybe 500 here and there. So hardly any sales. And the problem is the same problem that's usually the case for a lot of artists. So he got a lot of exposure, but the people that's seeing his work is typically other artists who are just fans of his work, and they're just not there to look and purchase his artwork. So we're going to be meeting with Noah. We're going to be talking about what he's currently doing, how we could do it 10 times better. Ideally, I do think when you have 115,000 followers, there are buyers already there. So I'm going to see if we could leverage any opportunities that may already be there, how we could get more exposure and then turn that new exposure into sales and get 10 times better at conversations. Because if you've been following me as an artist, you know my favorite thing is having conversations to close the sale. With that being said, it's gonna be super exciting. I'm gonna jump into the meeting with Noah, and we're gonna get this show on the road. Update me. What do you have going on so far? Any potential sales in a pipeline? Any sales made? Or we kind of just really getting the ball rolling?
So right now I've got, currently I just finished a commission for someone, and we've been talking about, they wanted a large piece, but it was maybe a little out of their price range. So I talked about working together, some type of deal. Since I already finished a commission for the guy's father. So there's that. Another previous client, I painted their car, and we're potentially gonna do another commission for the wife's car. And then one other person that may be buying a piece or two, I gave them a deal, and they're taking some time to think about it and see what they want to do.
Okay, so what I typically like to do is there's any potential sales, let's call it in a pipeline, that could possibly happen. I like to make sure we confirm and close those sales. So we're gonna do two things. First, very shortly, we're gonna talk about the two that you say may purchase, right? And they need to think about it. And then we're gonna go heavily into like processing how I want you to move forward so we can bring in some sales as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, the two that you say may lead to sales, tell me a little bit about that. Like, how did they come across you? How did they show interest? And how did it lead to them saying, let me think about it?
So the one that's looking at, they're thinking about buying a painting or two. They've been following me for years, messaging, and like really, they've been subscribed for like a year, and always are messaging me about paintings. And they love Black Panthers. And there was a piece I remember they really resonated with, and so I reached out and just kind of followed the script about talking about the painting, and then said, would you be interested in, would you see yourself owning this piece, and if I made you a special offer? And
so this is recent, so this was after joining training, kind of applied the script. What was the last message they said?
The last message was after I sent them a couple of offers on 3 pieces. They said that they just said they wanted to take some time to think about it, and will let me know.
And think about what? You say you sent 3 pieces. Are they thinking about which piece? Or are they thinking about if they can afford it?
I think it sounded like they're thinking about which piece they want.
Did you go over pricing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how much is the prices for those 3 pieces?
It was 700, 900, and 1250.
Okay. I think for those two people, just wait for them to get back and see how it play out. But I really want to leverage any opportunity. So did you start the 7-day success?
Yeah.
Okay. How many people you have on your list?
I have about 20 people currently.
Perfect. How many people did you reach out to?
Reached out to about 10 so far.
Okay. How many story views do you typically get?
Typically anywhere from, I'd say around 1,000 to 2,000 is my general number.
Yeah. That sounds about accurate actually, so don't worry. That sounds accurate. Okay. So from there, we're just looking to get maybe, if we get 20, that's great. Anything above 20 would be even better.
Yeah.
The 20 people you get, you're then just gonna start reaching out to them one by one. Here's the thing. There's a couple things I don't teach, but you're gonna use this to your advantage. Let's say you get 20 people. When you reach out to, let's say, the first 3, you wanna hint at that there's limited availability. It's gonna sound something like this. Hey, Ben, I definitely appreciate you reaching out and showing interest in my artwork. What piece of really caught your eye? He's gonna say, I really love this piece. You're gonna ask him why he loved it. He's gonna talk about why he loved it. Here's what I want you to do. Once they respond, give it some time. Don't respond so quickly. May give a few hours. Then you're gonna respond and say, hey, sorry it's taking me a little time. I just been getting a lot of messages since I now made my artwork available. However, because you was first to ask about this particular piece, if I was to make you an offer on it, can you see yourself owning it? So what I'm doing is I'm creating urgency and scarcity. I'm gonna say it again. All we be pretty much saying is, hey, sorry it's taking me a little time to get back. I just been having so many messages from me now making an artwork available. However, because you did inquire first on this particular artwork, basically I'm saying you got first dibs. But if you say no, the next person most likely gonna purchase because I have so many people following me and inquiring.
Yeah.
You're not saying that, but that's what you're gonna get across by saying exactly like this. So you're saying, however, because you inquire first, right? You do pretty much have first dibs. So I just wanted to ask, if I was to make you an amazing offer on this piece, can you see yourself owning it? Okay. He's gonna then say, yes, what's the offer? I'm definitely interested. And then there's also the fear of missing out, which is FOMO. And all these things working together. So then you make the offer and the chance of you then closing a sale becomes extremely high. And you'll use that same approach for every single person.
I was thinking about, I had a kind of a series that I just finished up and it got extremely positive feedback. So should I maybe start with just, I have 4 available and do a post or story about those 4.
Which series?
It was my dream series. It's all the pieces with the fireflies involved.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Oh, it's like the animals, but it's also featuring fireflies.
Mm-hmm. And I've had a ton of interest in those. So I was thinking maybe I could start with just those 4 pieces.
Yep, I would do that. Say for these 4 pieces. Say I'm finally ready. And it'll be more like a story. And you can even do a post, and we'll talk about the post afterwards. Okay, so me and Noah initially spoke on Monday, and it's currently Thursday, 10 a.m. in the morning. So it's been 3 days. I go inside my community with all my students, and I see this post from Noah inside the community. $3,000 in 3 days of us starting this process. He's been in the training for about a week and a half now, but he was doing a mural, so he couldn't actually start the process. So we literally just started the process and already made 3,000. I'm gonna call him. He's not expecting me to call whatsoever. I don't know if he's gonna answer. We're gonna find out.
Hello?
Noah.
How you doing?
I'm calling you randomly. Do you know why I'm calling?
Is it regards to the sales?
Yeah, how I feel.
Feels good. Feels good. I may potentially be talking to someone else, maybe selling another one from the series today as well.
That's what I'm talking about. Did you ever make the post that I told you about?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what led to it?
Yep. The one that's one of them was someone I finished up a commission for and was able to get him to buy.
Yeah.
Now that's the pieces, but yeah, I did the post and the story, probably messaged about 30 people. I have one already sold and one potentially about to sell again, another one.
No, that's what I'm talking about. I know you said 4. We can't count the sister. I'm not counting the sister, even if she did pay. But dude, you should be patting yourself on the back. I always say, I'm here to teach the process and the strategies, but it takes someone committed to follow it and just be fully active in that process to see results. And the fact that you already taken action, which has only been 3 days. That's if we count today. If we don't count today and Monday, it's been like 2 days, which is insane. Like I told you when we first met, I'm excited to see what these next 30 days gonna look like.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just put another story up today promoting that there's only 3 left. And I've got a couple responses, so we'll see how today goes. But I'm definitely very happy. I mean, yesterday was, like I put on my post, that's my average monthly income.
That's what I like to hear. Monthly average income in what, 2 days, 3 days? That just shows though the opportunity. I told you, I'm not gonna say it, but I told you that I want the 30-day goal to be, but it puts us far ahead of the 30-day goal track if we just keep the same momentum. Momentum is important. That means like, now that you actually made that sale, you don't want to pick your foot off the gas. You actually want to start committing more and start pushing even harder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congrats again, my man. I'm looking forward to it. This is literally just the beginning.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm definitely very encouraged and excited to see what the next 30 days and even just the next 6 months, what I can get done.
Yeah, 100%. Well, keep crushing it, and I'll see you later on this evening on the Q&A.
Sounds good. You have a good one.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Absolutely insane. So this particular artist create crazy artwork. I know I showed it earlier in the video, and this is literally just our second time speaking. This has been 3 days later, and for him to already make 3,000, it shows what's possible. I talk about this all the time. Majority of visual artists are not selling just due to, one, you're either not getting exposure, or 2, you don't know how to get people interested in your artwork again, and then understanding how to have a conversation to get them to purchase. I create these videos just so you get as much value as possible, so hopefully you taking notes. Literally the same thing I told Noah on this, literally on this meeting, on this video, this training, whatever you want to call it here, is the same thing you could literally go apply. And we just getting started. So it's gonna be crazy exciting to see Noah's progression. And if you're enjoying this content that I'm sharing live in the moment, only thing I ask in return is that you hit the like and subscribe button. That's all I ask if you want to repay me. With that being said, I'll see you the next time I'm chatting with Noah. Peace. Okay, first I apologize about the lighting, but this is, I want to say, the 3rd time me and Noah's going to be chatting. So far, last time me and Noah chatted, made 3 sales in 3 days. I want to say made $3,000 in 3 days. It's been about 2 weeks, I want to say at this point now. So I'm gonna jump into a meeting with Noah. We're gonna see where he's currently at with his art sales, and we're gonna talk about all the details of what's next. We'll continue to progress. So it's gonna be super exciting. Let's chat with Noah. And once again, I apologize about the lighting. I'm currently moving around at the moment, but definitely won't stop this show. So let's get into it. Noah.
Hey, how you doing?
So jumping into it, I know I gave you some action plans. Update me. So far, I know the last time we spoke, you was at I think it was 3,000 in those first 3 days. Has there been any new sales?
Yeah, I had one. I had posted. I had a couple more. I had another one. It was just a very small one for 500, which actually I never posted it because I was waiting to hear back from someone else. Which it was that same lady I mentioned that I was talking about selling that tiger painting for.
Yeah.
And she had been taking a while to respond, and then after a few days asked how much. I gave her the price, and then I haven't heard back, and it's been like 4 days, so I'm still just waiting.
So tell me this, where you at total sales?
I'd say I'm at 3,500.
Perfect. So we had 3,500 2 weeks. So what I want to do is really maximize the second 2 weeks we have here. And I think that's just the main thing. Like, you crushing it, you're doing great, but I'm big on momentum. And while you have the momentum, we can maximize that momentum to like really bring in a few more sales by just making slight tweaks. But before we make any adjustments, we want to then leverage what we already done.
Yeah.
And by that, I'm saying we've seen this work, we've seen how people responded, so we didn't want to make necessary adjustments the next time we post. We don't want to post the same thing because there's a high chance we'll get the same result. Yeah, I think you're on the right track. It's just making those slight adjustments. As we raise prices, as I always mentioned, we want to raise in increments. And then eventually you'll be at 10,000. So I do think it's worth the way you could charge those same prices.
I did want to ask one thing. I'm at a point where I want to kind of start being more picky with my commissions. Like in the past, I'll
do this for me, and I'm gonna cut you off. Don't be picky just yet. Right now, you're seeing some success, and it's happening for every business person. You're seeing some success, and it's feeling really good, and it's like, holy crap. And now you want to start making these adjustments because of it. Move as if you wasn't doing good. So just like I mentioned today, do the commissions, build the cash reserve, right? And then keep building your okra where you have cash flow. And then as you get in a position to where, let's say you have 4 months of saving, where if anything was to stop, you don't have to worry, then cut out all the things you don't want to do. But I'm big on risk reversal. I don't want any risk. And I know the commissions is like, I don't want to do that. But I would just charge more for the commissions, so it could be worth the price at least. And then all of that's going into your cash reserve. And then from there, you go into the stage of, as you mentioned, starting to cut back on things you don't enjoy. So just head down for like, just give me 3 more months. And at that point, I promise you, you'll be in a very happy place. And you can start doing whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, I'm gonna see you on Thursday. And also, if you do have questions that come to mind during the week, just shoot me a message, like shoot me a text. Okay, so at this point, it's been a crazy last week for me. The last time me and Noah spoke, I think Noah's at 3,800. Started off first 3 days, made 3,000 in our sales. I think that next week made another $800 sale. And now we're about to have another meeting after we give some pointers over the last time we spoke. So I want to see where he is at, see how sales are looking, and see what we could do to like finish the month off strong. He been in the trend a little bit over a month, but the first week, I think he was doing like a mirror or so. So it's gonna be super, super exciting just to see where things at. We haven't even got a chance to hit social media as hard as I wanted to because we put some very quick strategies in place that allow him to bring in sales really, really quickly, which was also pretty cool for Noah. So hopefully you're finding this valuable. If you are, the only thing I ask in return is that you hit the subscribe button. I'm planning on doing more of these with more of my students, which I think is really, really cool. So with that being said, we're gonna be jumping into the meeting. Update me. So how the last week been? What's been going on since we last? I think we last spoke on Monday.
So I mean, the biggest thing is I sold that tiger for $4,000. So that was a huge sale for me, and I actually got to go deliver it to them because they live in Nashville, so that was really cool. And then that was the only sale, but I mean that one sale alone is more than I normally make in a month, so I'm very very happy with that. But it also, I think that was good for me to have that sale. I mean, I feel like that's truly where my art should be valued. I had confidence in that price, and I think that's going to really help me start increasing my prices moving forward.
Yeah, unless it goes back to when we very first spoke, you was telling me about your prices, and I was saying, do I think you undervaluing your work? And then now to sell that piece, I think what it really do is shows proof of concept, and it's like a confident boost, because now you're going to start thinking, okay, if I sold this piece for 4,000, I know I could sell more work for 4,000.
No, absolutely.
So I'm on the same page. Where you're at the moment, let's just say we're on, I want to say week 4.
Yeah, this is the start of week 4.
First, you should be patting yourself on the back because we like totaled up sales, I want to say, based on what you're saying, about 7,800 or something similar.
It's right around 7,000, and then I had other sales with one person just bought something immediately, and then one was a commission related. But I mean, altogether that brings it up to like 9,000.
Dude, congrats. You should be freaking patting yourself on the back. Keep in mind, and like I just talked about in that other training, which is the snowball effect. Keep in mind, this is just month 1. So once you really start to dial in those conversations, get comfortable, getting more exposure, talking to new people, the goals for 7,000 and become the norm, and then starts getting past 10,000, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it is a good confidence booster at the same time. Obviously, I'm very happy, but not complacent. I mean, that's
100%.
one thing to have 1 month, but now I want that to be every month.
100%. 100%. So this is what I want to do, because it was the fourth week, so it's be our last meeting. So I want to go over some game plan for like scale moving forward. So we could turn this good month into the average month, and it becomes the new standard. In your case, I don't want you to focus on nothing outside of these two things I'm about to explain. Exposure to the right audience, which you already know what to do, right? Mimicking, I would even say like using Kirsten as a mentor, and mimicking what's already working, creating better content, and really tell those captions towards your ideal buyers. And then second is really going into that follow-up and sales stage, which means every person that seemed like an ideal buyer, we begin into direct conversations with them, pushing for sales. Any person that can't purchase today, we then putting them into the follow-up process I've been talking about a lot recently. So here's what I want you to track, and here's what I want you to get really good at. Is one, get into conversations with a lot of people. I think in your case and a magnitude, once we're really posting online and growing, I don't see why you shouldn't be in at least like 20 to 25 conversations a week. Like entering 20 to 25 new conversations with people showing interest in your work. And that's people saying, I love it. Is it for sale? Do you have prints? How much do it cost? Can you tell me more about it? Out of those people, let's just say you make 2 sales. And let's say you have another 10 people that's like, hey, I'm interested, but I just can't purchase right now. We're focusing on building that list, which is your follow-up list. So we adding 10 people to that list every single week. That's 40 people added to that list every single month. And then from those 40 people, let's say we get 10% to purchase, which is this. What is that? That's 4 people out of that 40. Now, this is how we build that consistent income coming in every month. Because you know, from my follow-up list, I'm gonna have on average 4 people purchase. And I just say at average, because not every sale gonna be a 4,000 sale. So I just say at average, 1,500 each. I don't know if you know, but that's a consistent 6,000 per month. I think that's the focus, is making sales today, but also building that follow-up list so we can at least count on the 4 sales from that follow-up list to bring in those consistent sales per month. Because now, if you know the follow-up list, you at a minimum of 6,000 per month, 10,000 would be very, very high. I forget what your actual goal was in the beginning, but 10,000 becomes very obtainable.
My initial goal, I said, was 6,000 a month.
Is it still 6,000?
No. I mean, I think minimum 6,000. But no, I mean, I've almost, I do some work on the side. I mean, I've almost pretty much over doubled my initial goal this month. In 3 weeks, I made like a third of what I made in a year. So I'm happy. I'm definitely very motivated by that. But at the same time, I'm not at all someone to be complacent.
100%.
I think that it's good motivation, and especially, I mean, before I started this mentorship, I definitely had a couple months where it was very slow. So it was definitely just rewarding and just kind of a big relief to have a good month.
Yeah, I told you in the beginning, I'm like, you have the artwork, you have the like setup, it's just putting the right strategy. A lot of artists is missing strategy and systems. Like, let's put the right strategy in place to bring in consistent sales, and then it's making that keyword consistent, right?
Yeah.
And then once it's consistent, we would then focus on really scaling up. So a lot of people don't understand that. It's making sales first, then second is making consistent, then once consistent, adding fuel to the fire to really, really scale. Cool. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Congrats, man. I told you when we first spoke, I said, I know your goals. I don't know if I should mention this, but I genuinely believe first month you could do 10,000. And then for you to say that you did a total of about 9,000 is insane.
Yeah, I was very, very happy for that. I mean, very encouraged. I think I mentioned when we first met, it's like I decided this is what I want to do full time, and there is no other backup plan. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so that was definitely very motivating and rewarding.
Yeah. Keep in mind, you still have the rest of this week left. Trust me, I probably want you to hit that 10K mark more than you, just so I could say Noah did 10K in the first 30 days.
Well, let me see if I can make that happen then.
Cool. Either way, you're crushing it, man. You should celebrate. Go get some dinner or something.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, Noah. Cool. Okay, that's absolutely insane. So Noah in his first, let's just call it a month, even though we have about 5 days left to do 9,000. Granted, about 2,000 was already lined up. 7,000 come from the strategies we teach, which is pretty cool for Noah. You're talking about very first month, which is insane. I'm gonna do an interview with Noah probably in about 2 weeks. So Noah could talk about what it's like to go through that journey, because a lot of artists tell me like I make it all seem so easy, so simple. So I like to do the interviews so the students can share their process of how it was implementing these strategies inside and out. But with that being said, hopefully you found this really valuable. I try to take new artists that I just started with and see how much can they sell in the first 30 days solely so you could see that it's possible. Hopefully it's not just educating you, but it's also inspiring you and showing you that you can be successful as a visual artist as long as you have the right strategies. Because I know for me at least, growing up and all my peers, we always believed we couldn't succeed as visual artists. All my friends, even artists I talk to this day. So the goal of the Artist Rise company is the key word rise, is for artists to rise together and show that visual arts is a true career, is a real industry where you can make a living because it's a worthwhile industry. So once again, I hope you found this extremely valuable. I would like to know your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video. Peace. Okay, so we wrapped up the month with Noah. I actually wrapped up the month a few weeks ago, but we both been crazy busy. I'm gonna give Noah a call to see.
Hello.
Noah.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm alright.
So I'm gonna do, while you have me here, I know it's more like a shorter call, but after going through the first month, now you're in month 2, you got a chance to kind of experience what it's like going through the training. You learned a lot, implemented a lot, seeing results. Now at this point, if you was able to ask me any key questions, what would you want to ask? Like help prepare you for, let's say, this month and next month and the following months, based off where you're at.
Biggest thing I've been thinking about that I want to do is I kind of want to completely redo my website. We talked about it in one of our first conversations.
Just do this. Just go into the website part of the training, which is section 10. Who you use as your host for your website?
I do Shopify.
So we use Shopify as well. Go to section 10 of the training. The cool thing for you is that the website section is recorded by Kirsten, who you create similar work to. So I would just use the exact templates we use. You already have the work, and once you just upload the template and you upload your artwork, I think it'll be pretty simple. And I'm looking at your site now, the colors and everything, I like it. It just changed a little bit about the format. That's all. One more thing that's extremely important. Never remove all watermarks. So I see on some of your images, that's not all, but on some of them, they have like the Noah Henderson watermark or Noah Henderson art watermark.
Take those off.
Definitely take those off. No watermarks on your work. Like I said, it's no rush. You're doing great, but keep in mind, you still like super freaking early in the training, you know?
Yeah.
So you still literally just wrapped up like your first month, so.
And I'm encouraged. The first month went really well, but like you said, I've still got a lot left to learn. You can only go up from here.
And that's all fine. Like I said, just take your time, go through it, pace yourself, and you're on the right pace. Cause like 7,000 a month is cool. We want it consistent. Well, I'll let you get back to your day.
Sounds good.
All right, peace. What a cool experience. Witnessing someone come into the training, hit 7,000 per month. Now the goal obviously to make 7,000 consistently, because we can make it consistent, then you're talking about $84,000 a year selling art, which is freaking phenomenal. And the key takeaways is, notice when I teach my artists on like how to succeed, it really comes down to just a few things. Understanding how to get the right people seeing your work, and then how to have conversations and get them to purchase. That's it. At that point, you're selling. Once you're selling, then we're gonna start focusing on the bigger problem things, which is how to make it consistent, how to build everything around that as far as like fulfillment and systems and processes. And I think that's the stage Noah is at currently. What's gonna be cool is sometime soon, you're going to be seeing an interview with me and Noah breaking down his journey, going through that entire process, which I think will be pretty fun. But with that being said, hopefully you found this extremely valuable. It's my goal to try to give you as much content as possible and much knowledge as possible so you could continue to crush it. And if you ever want to repay me, I accept payment stuff like subscribe clicks. So just hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.